Good morning and welcome to our 21-22 Heartland Elementary Veterans Day program. We are very excited to be able to do this this school year. If you would, please stand for the presentation of our colors presented by the Central Hardin High School Junior ROTC Color Guard. Please remain standing for our national anthem, sung by our very own music teacher, Lindsay Rose.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
If you would, please remain standing for our Pledge of Allegiance. Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, third grade. You may be seated. Again, on behalf of the faculty, staff, and students here at Heartland Elementary, we want to say thank you and welcome to our Veterans Day program. We are very, very excited to be able to have this program this year. It is a little bit different as we still are continuing to follow our COVID guidelines, but nonetheless, we are very excited to be able to have a guest speaker here today and be able to have a veterans program since we were not able to have one last school year. Master Sergeant Christopher Martin began working as the Senior Army Band Recruiting Liaison on July 20th, 2020. Martin has held every enlisted leadership position in Army bands, ranging from musician to first sergeant. As the Senior Army Band's Recruiting Liaison, Master Sergeant Martin is responsible for the selection of all musicians who enter the active component of the United States Army, as well as the coordination of all Army Band recruiting efforts and advertising throughout the country. He spends a lot of time traveling across the country in support of music educators' conferences, supporting other Army Band liaisons, and auditioning qualified musician applicants. Master Sergeant Martin is a native of Chesterton, Indiana, and enlisted in the Army in February of 2004. He attended basic training in Fort Jackson, South Carolina, and advanced military training as a trombonist at Little Creek Joint Amphibious Base, Virginia Beach, Virginia. Master Sergeant Martin has been stationed at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, Fort Knox, Kentucky, Camp Zamba, Japan, Shawfield Barracks, Hawaii, and Fort Riley, Kansas. As the 25th Infantry Division Platoon Sergeant, Martin participated in Pacific Partnership 2015 with the U.S. Navy, a humanitarian mission throughout the Pacific. He has played with professional civilian bands to include the Honolulu Symphony Brass Ensemble, the Mike Lewis Big Band, and Tropy Jazz, which happened to open, I think you all will think this is pretty cool, the Bruno Mars Tour in Honolulu, Hawaii. I've seen Bruno Mars. He puts on a pretty good show. Master Sergeant Martin's military education includes almost every level of the non-commissioned officer education system. He is a graduate of Airborne School, Army Recruiters Course, Combat Lifesaver Course, Nuclear, Biological, and Chemical Course, Transportation of Hazardous Material Course, CSS Pre-Command Course, and Unit Supply Property Course. Master Sergeant Martin holds a Bachelor's of Arts in Music from Ball State University. His award and decorations include the Meritorious Service Medal, 2nd Award, Army Commendation Medal, 4th Award, Army Achievement Medal, 6th Award, and Humanitarian Service Medal. He has earned the Parachutist Badge and Army Recruiting Badge. Master Sergeant Martin is married to one of our assistants here at school, Miss Martin, who works in our 4th grade, and has 2 children, Sydney, and also our very own 3rd grade student, Zoe. Please welcome to the podium Master Sergeant Christopher T. Martin.
Hi, good morning. Heartland Elementary School. I'm a musician, so microphones kind of scare me a little bit. I don't usually talk, I like to play. I'd like to thank Mrs. Campbell and Mrs. Rose for inviting me to come speak with you all. So I am Master Sergeant Christopher Martin, and I am a musician in the United States Army. I actually play trombone, and does anybody know what the trombone is? Okay, good. Yeah, that's the one that does this. Okay, and you'll hear later. We put together the Armed Forces medley for you, so we're excited about that. Being a musician in the Army is kind of a unique responsibility. It's not something you think of when you think of a soldier or a Marine or someone from the Navy, but we have a very important job because how many of you have actually seen a soldier? Okay, some of you haven't, and there's a lot of places in the country that never do, but musicians are always around. Musicians play parades, and musicians travel and entertain, and so we are kind of the spokesperson for the military. We represent military. I like to say that we're soldiers representing soldiers, because you can't go out and thank someone that's across overseas, but if you see me playing at a parade, you can come and thank me on their behalf. And that's what it means. I don't personally, feel like I need thanks, but I accept that thanks on behalf of the people that can't. So it's a really great job. The Army, the military offers jobs for everything. You can do administrative paperwork, you can do computers, you can fly planes, you can do anything. You could be a doctor, a veterinarian. There's so many jobs, and they're all important. I was asked to kind of speak about what is Veterans Day? Why do people serve? Well, I have a couple hands. What is Veterans Day? Right here. Yep, in the jacket. Yeah, we celebrate the men and women who serve the country in the military. And Veterans Day used to be called something else. And it used to be called Armistice Day. So yesterday was the 100th anniversary of the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. Did you know that? Okay, so in Virginia, there is a cemetery. It is called Arlington National Cemetery. And this cemetery is for all veterans who served. And on the hill of this cemetery is the tomb of the unknown soldier. And 100 years ago, yesterday, they made that tomb. And it's a beautiful tomb, and on the side it says, "Here rests an American soldier in honor and glory, known only to God." That monument was built for soldiers who couldn't come home from World War I. That monument was built in 1919. It was built in 1921, 100 years ago. And it signifies the end of World War I, which ended in 1918. And in 1918, they call it Armistice Day because that was the Armistice Treaty. That's when the Germans and the Allied troops decided, okay, we're not going to fight anymore, World War I. So in 1918, it ended, and they called it Armistice Day. And then in 1919, they decided that we're going to celebrate Armistice Day. And that way, schools and the public can remember how bad war is, okay? And that's why we celebrate Armistice Day. And then in 1954, we changed it to Veterans Day, because after that, World War II happened, and the Korean War, and all these things. And so we wanted a way to celebrate everybody who served, not just people in World War I. So that's why we celebrate, is for all the people who served. And when you think about it, how many people do you think actually serve in the military? Thousands, yes. Right now, there's about 2.3 million service members. That sounds like a lot. But how many people do you think are in the United States? Right here. Yeah. Almost. There's about 333 million people and 2.3 million soldiers. So, to put that in perspective, that sounds like a lot. If we brought in the fourth grade class, I think there's around 50 students here. So I think if we brought in the fourth graders to come sit with you all, and there was a fight outside, and we said, okay, we need you to go out and protect us, just you. That is our military. So if we brought the third and fourth grade class in and something happened and we sent one of you to go out and protect the rest of you, that's the military. And that's why we celebrate our veterans, because they go out and protect all of us and all of our citizens and for what we do. So on behalf of all of them, I thank you for appreciating what they do. I got a great letter yesterday from Xander. I don't know Xander, but he wrote it. Thank you. Xander, he wrote a great letter. He didn't know, I don't think he was writing it to me, and it said, "Dear Army." And that was great, because we love getting letters when we're overseas, wherever, because we miss our loved ones. So when we get those letters, and it was beautifully written, and it was just thanking the Army, even though it was given to me. But I took that on behalf of all the military. And I like to share that appreciation as well with my colleagues. And whenever we get a letter, it's like, hey, look at this letter I got. And then we share it and we read it. And it reminds us as military veterans as to why we do what we do. And that is for all of you and your families and the freedoms that we enjoy. So I'd like to thank you all for inviting me today. If you have any questions and have time later, we can sit down and I can maybe answer a few, but I know you got a lot of things going on today. But thank you again, Ms. Campbell, Ms. Rose, for inviting me. And I appreciate all that you do for us. So thank you very much.
Master Sergeant Martin, on behalf of the faculty, staff, and students here at Heartland Elementary, we want to say thank you for your service and just want to give you a small token of our appreciation for coming and spending your time with us today and making our program extra special. Thank you. You're welcome.
At this time, we're going to play the medley Mr. Martin was talking about with all of the armed forces, and some of your own third grade classmates are going to be holding up the different branches signs for us today. Come on down, sign holders.
This does conclude our Veterans Day program. I want to say thank you to our third graders. You've been a great audience, and our third graders that presented our signs, you did a wonderful job. We want to thank all of our Heartland families who sent in pictures of their veterans that they wanted spotlighted on our wall today. Our Beta Club has created a wonderful picture collage honoring those veterans. We hope you will have an opportunity to stop by the wall and look at those veterans. On behalf of the faculty, staff, and students, thank you again to Master Sergeant Martin and all of those veterans, all of you veterans, for your time and service to our country. We appreciate you. Thank you.